Well, Ryan, thank you for coming on the red carpet round table.
Yeah, of course. Excited to be here.
You're very welcome. And can you let everybody know a little bit about yourself and what got you into the entertainment industry?
Sure, yeah. I went to art school in San Francisco. I studied new genres and like really strange conceptual art and experimental film. I came down here, I started working as a PA. I was a PA on a bunch of stuff, some game shows. I don't even know where to begin. Worked on a lot of stuff in the industry, and then I started acting a little bit. I started taking classes. And then during the COVID pandemic, I got cast in all these Wienerschnitzel commercials. So I did 3 years of commercials. And then I couldn't really find any work after that as an actor. So I started doing a lot of background work, a lot of stand-in work and stuff like that. And then recently, we just got back into making stuff again. We just made a short film about background acting. So that's kind of where we are now. And I'm excited to be doing an interview. We submitted the film to like 30 something festivals, so it's gonna be one heck of a year. Excited.
That's amazing. And of course, you worked with John Minch. Shout out to John
Oh
Minch.
yeah.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about
he's
some of the
great.
He's a great guy, by the way. Let's talk about some of the projects you were in with him.
Yeah. Well, we just did background fitting, and John was amazing. He plays the security guard. He's like a really stubborn security guard that I think we can all relate to when we get to these like wardrobe fittings and stuff. A lot of times it's like you can't park here. You have to park in the street, you know. So he plays the antagonistic security guard.
Well, by the way, I love your cat meowing in the background. Um,
Yeah.
well, being in the entertainment industry, a lot of people know it's fun, it's challenging, it's tough, it's you have to have a thick skin. I always bring this up every interview I do because it's a commitment being in the entertainment industry. It's hard work pays off. That's the truth. I say we, but all of us, we come together as a family, we work hard, and we show what it's like being in the entertainment industry. A lot of people who don't understand that what it takes to be in the entertainment industry, like you said, the wardrobe, the scenes and
Oh,
background
dude, it's
crew.
brutal. It's
It,
brutal.
it, it is brutal, and I bring
Yeah.
that up because I want the audience and the fans and everybody else to know that it's brutal. You may be resting for 1 hour and then you're back on the set. So,
Oh, it's absolutely insane. I mean, most of us work day jobs, so we work 40 hours a week doing something else. And then if we're lucky enough to book a gig or to make our own stuff or just to find the time to do these things, it can be absolutely draining. So, I mean, you're right. It's a grind. It is. And I think it's more of a lifestyle than like a lot of people see it as a job, but I think it's more of a lifestyle. People that do this are all about it and kind of live it every day. So it's
yes,
a grind, but it's
100%.
an enjoyable one, you know?
Right. And let's talk about what you do. You can correct me. You're a writer, is that correct?
Sure, yeah. I see myself as more of a filmmaker now. We made this short and I wrote it and directed it and we got the whole crew together. We rented a location and we went through the casting process and everything. And I'm starting to see myself as more of an artist and less of like an actor. And there was a period of time where like I just wanted to be an actor, but now I'm like more excited about writing, yeah, and directing, and we have a lot of really cool ideas for next year. So yeah.
Amazing. And a film director, what made you decide to go from writing to that direction to be a film director?
Well, I love movies, you know, I think we all love movies. And I think in today's world, we're moving towards more of like an artist run communal kind of experience because there's only like three companies that run the entire distribution model for Hollywood. So I think that like in the future, cinema is going to be more personal, like YouTube. So I think that we should all be like writing our own stuff and making our own stuff. And it's just kind of like dawned on me recently, and it's really exciting.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
I want to dig into what do you mean more personal now? You mean what do you mean the film industry is changing? I want to dig into that.
Yeah, I personally think that a lot of the movies that we're seeing are these like giant IPs, these huge Godzilla, Superman, Batman, and like we all love those movies. Like I fucking love going to see those movies, but those movies cost hundreds of millions of dollars to make. And like the independent film from the 90s and 2000s that used to kind of fill in the gaps of everything else that
Mm-hmm.
wasn't those giant IPs. Those movies are like seldom being made. So I think that as like the means of making production becomes more accessible, even more so with like tools like AI and stuff, it's become more personal and people are making their own content. And I think in the future, it's just going to be mostly like smaller personal films that we make ourselves and like share with each other,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so,
Yeah,
which
it's
is cool.
right. I totally agree. And what is your dream film that you want to direct or make?
Man, I don't know. There's so many. But I'd say don't wait for anything. Just start making it now. I
Mm-hmm.
just bought a Super 8 camera on eBay for $75.
Wow,
And
that's cheap.
yeah, I know, yeah. And so I'm getting a roll of film. I'm driving out to Phoenix Raceway and I'm gonna film, well, I won't tell you the idea necessarily, but it's just like an experimental
Mm-hmm.
film about what it means to be experiencing the race as an audience member. And like I'm just excited about that, and then I applied for another grant to shoot a film on 16 millimeter, and it's about Y2K in 1999. So it's like
Wow.
the Y2K bug is coming, and everyone's kind of afraid of what's going to come. But it's all about like the
Mm-hmm.
anticipation of that feeling.
Yeah, and
So
sorry, I love how the film industry changes. Okay, my brain just froze. A period, I'm trying to, whew, my English is froze there.
yeah,
Sorry, and it changes. And I want to say that I don't know if you agree, but we are need concerned about the AI. The AIs are coming, and for me, I'm concerned. I think most actors are as well, and I believe we should be because, we are human beings. We cry on set. We show our emotions on set. We do all that. And when you see yourself or on set, that's not you, and they're sad and they're doing cry scene. It's not really the real tears. And that's what I
yeah,
love about films as human connections, human beings. We love making films, independence or non-independence, big films or independence. I'm talking about. We love films. That's where we as human connections. We show our anger. We slam our hand on the table. We do all that action. We show our tears. We show our emotions, and that is what I love about film directors or film, making, because we are humans, we are showing
yeah,
emotions, and that is what film making and movies are about. That's what actors and actresses do, and that is the concerning part. And it does not only affect entertainment industry, it affects other
sure,
people, and I say this, and I think I don't remember, but quote myself and quote this actor I've interviewed, but we have to be ahead of it, 10 times ahead of it to feed it,
yeah.
beat it, and fight it.
Well, I mean, I have a couple things to say about that. I mean, there's a lot of accessibility that comes with it as a tool. as filmmakers, we can do things that we have never been able to do before. During the writer's strike, I was actually a captain at Paramount, and I would help with the traffic. I went out there every single day for like 4 hours a day for like 5 months. And at that time, this was like a couple years ago, everybody was like really afraid of AI. But I think as time goes on, I'm starting to realize that it's just a tool. I mean, honestly,
Mm,
like in all
okay.
sincerity, films have only been around for like 100 years, and films themselves are a byproduct of technology. Like when movies first came out, they were the cutting edge of technology. They were mind-blowing experiences for people in like the 20s and 30s. And when they started to sync the sound to the film, the technology was aiding in the progression of like how we experienced it. So film itself is a medium of technology that's evolving, and the way that we experience movies is tied to that progression. I mean that. And that's why I wanted to make the Y2K movie. And that's why I wanted to shoot it on film, because, like, the film itself as a medium is a part of the experience. But I just want to say about like the AI thing, I think it's good. I think it's more accessible. It's going to make things easier. That's my cat. It's going to make things easier for people. And when CGI came first started to really become prominent in the early
Mm,
2000s, it was really mind blowing for people, and people couldn't wrap their heads around it. And they would complain about, like, oh shit, everything's CGI, nothing is animated for real anymore. And I think over time, it's become just a tool.
no, thank you for sharing that. I always like to hear in the audience and and everybody else like to hear the different perspective of the AI, and I do see where you're coming from as well. And I think, I say I think, but I'm pretty sure we are learning and getting into the AI and getting it, working around it or working with it. So I totally see where you're coming from about, so thank
Yeah,
you for
it's not
sharing
gonna.
that.
It doesn't have the ability to replace a human being. I think, but it can be used, like, say we miss some coverage, you need an extra shot. There's a shot of somebody's hand that we couldn't get because we were running out of time on the day. We only had 8 hours, and shit, so it's a good tool that we can use, but I don't think that you're gonna see entire movies
Right,
animated.
right. You're totally
I don't.
right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you. I like
Yeah.
to hear everybody's viewpoints on it. So,
There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear and anticipation, and people don't know. But
right.
I think at the end of the day, it's just another thing on the
Hmm.
computer that is like helpful.
That's true. I know. And for yourself being your film director, what is your favorite genre that you like to watch, number one? And what's your dream genre film you want to direct? So we'll go from there.
Oh man, I don't even know where to begin. I think, yeah, I think my favorite, I really don't. I mean, just since we're talking, I'd like to talk about like the Dogma 95 movement in the 90s. I think like 90s independent film was my favorite era. That's when movies started to kind of become more accessible, and we started to see
Hmm.
things like Slacker and Clerks and like Reservoir Dogs. And so like that period of time excites me the most. But I'm honestly, when I think about genres, I like to make movies about things that I've like actually experienced, like background fitting, for instance. So like I don't know if that's a genre or not, but it's like a cool way of like telling my own personal stories through
Right.
movies, and like that's why they're personal films in a weird way.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't know if do you like horror movies or action movies or thriller movies?
Well, I'm a big fan of like John Waters and like Pink Flamingos, and I like kind of like underground cinema.
Okay.
and a lot of really strange movies that people haven't really seen, like Andy Warhol's films where he would film the Empire State Building for 12 hours, and then the climax of the film is when the lights of the building turn on. But that kind of stuff kind of excites me. Like I like installations and video art and experimental film. But I also I'm a big fan of like Gus Van Sant. Again,
Okay.
a lot of these like '90s kind of
Hmm.
films. I think My Own Private Idaho. If I could make like a huge production, it would probably be something like that.
I love I haven't seen I shouldn't say I love I haven't seen most of the 90 movies. That's so horrible for me to say that, but
Oh
uh
man,
I've maybe seen maybe one 90 movie. Um and
wow.
I know, and I look back at it and I look at today's 2025 and 90 movies, and I'm like, I think it was an action movie I saw, and I look back to the 90s when I saw it, and I mean on movie, and I look at
Yeah.
today's action movie, I was like, wow, so much different. Um, I was like, wow, with the technology and everything that's going on in the film now.
Yeah, well, the other thing too is that people would just have videotapes, so they would see the same movie like 50 times. You would only have a certain collection of films at
Hmm.
home. Um, and now things are, I wouldn't say disposable, but I feel like during that era of time, people were like watching the same movies over and over and over again. And now we just watch one movie at a time in bits and pieces. So, like, the way that we are watching the movies is different. So, the way that they make the movies is different. And these, like, Hollywood companies like Netflix, they actually make movies based on algorithms and attention spans. And when they're in the committees and they're editing these films, that's why you're seeing things that feel different than they used to feel. Because the way that we watch movies is different.
Right. I do. That's totally true. And
Yeah.
algorithm and the audience and the fan base, how we make movies.
Yeah.
And it goes back into they're thinking about making another Game movie.
Yeah.
And I think another good thing that will never leave the TV is the original Harry Potter movies. And then now you look at HBO, they're making a rerun of TV series of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Um, and that brings up like what you're talking about, algorithm. The audience
Mhm.
loves it. We got to continue it. And I that to me is amazing because the fan base loves the film. And
Yeah, but it's leading to like the death of the movie star,
hmm
because they're and again, like I said, like I love Superman, I love Batman. I read the comic books every fucking month. I get
hmm
a subscription in the mail, and I love to go see this stuff and I admire what they do. But they're selling Superman and they're selling Batman. They're no longer selling John Malkovich, the person. So as actors in this industry, we have less value, and because of that they're able to pay us less,
hmm
and it's harder to like negotiate for more, and because of that it's difficult for even people that are successful.
Right. So do you feel like the film industry is changing?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, all the time, but it always has been. It always has been, and like I said, I think it's changing in ways that are like gonna be really cool and exciting for people like everywhere, like people in like North Dakota that don't normally have access to anything at all. We're gonna see actors and filmmakers and people come out of the cobwebs making shit that we've never seen before about things that we've never seen, because the distribution model will be like wildly different. And that'll be exciting, but it's just going to be a lot cheaper and a lot
Mhm.
different.
I do see
But
what you're
yeah, it's
talking
changing.
about.
That's the
It
direction
is, it
it's
is
going in.
changing. The film industry is changing. But of course, it's the generations and generations of technology and it's getting better and there's we can't stop technology you know
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why I want to go back and shoot on film, because it's different. It's almost like
Mhm.
a different type of movie. It's a
Right,
different project. It's like I'm making a movie as if it was 1999, but it's 2026 or whatever.
right,
So,
2026. So
yeah.
any other upcoming projects that you're allowed to talk about other than the films that you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I want to make a documentary about um trans prostitution in West Hollywood as well. It's a very dark kind of
Hmm.
documentary about sexuality and repression. And I've been working on that for a very long time, but that's another one. And then, yeah, I want to shoot on film. I want to make movies that feel real and tangible, and I want to talk about subjects that feel very personal to me and that can make a difference to people. Movies that aren't generally being made in the studio system, and I think that's the kind of stuff that I want to do moving forward. But background fitting was so much fun, man.
Yeah, and I've heard great things about it. And of course, John, again, shout out to John Minch. He re
Yeah,
he recommended me. He has been on my show. He's a great person. I love him. His personality is amazing. Um,
yeah, he's
and
great.
he recommended me to you, of course. And he was like, please reach out to Ryan. Work together and it's absolutely amazing that you guys work together on set and that's
He was great. He
what
was
we
great. He's such a nice guy. I mean, honestly, and I didn't know that he played baseball. I had absolutely no idea. I watched your interview with him before this, and I realized like, oh shit, this guy used to play baseball. He didn't even tell me. I had no idea. Um, this is my cat, but no, John's phenomenal, man. He did such a good job, and I'm excited to like show it to
well now
people.
you know he played baseball.
Yeah, he's
That's
cool.
one thing you find out about actors. You have a hard time finding out like what they did in the past, and you're like, oh wait, you did what again? Oh, you did okay.
And he
So
drove he drove all the way from Arizona to act here. So John's a madman. He'll
yeah,
drive like 6 hours to do something, to go to a film festival or to
you
act
know
in
that.
something. So,
Sorry, you know that tells me and tells everybody passion. You love what you're doing.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to.
You drive
You
six
have
hours
to.
to film and be on set, meet you and meet other people, and that's so amazing.
Yeah, and he put so much into it too. We were really surprised um, how committed he was to the role of the stubborn security guard. He did an amazing job. It was just like take after take, and there was so much footage that I couldn't use. We can only use one take, and every take was good. John Minch is incredible.
Yeah,
Seriously.
he is. Shout out to John. Shout out to John, man. You're amazing. You're
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. Ryan, I am can't wait to see all your upcoming projects. Um,
Thanks, man. Yeah. I can't wait to show people.
Yes, I'm so happy. Oh, and the project that you did with John Minch, where can
Yeah.
people watch it and when is it coming out?
I have no idea. We submitted it to like 30 or 40 film festivals, and right now we're just waiting.
Okay.
So I'd imagine it's going to screen throughout the year, mostly in California, in Arizona, parts of Pennsylvania. I'm really not sure,
Okay. And
but
then where
eventually
can
it'll be online.
pardon me, where can people stay up to date so they know when it's releasing?
If you tag my Instagram on this, they could click on my Instagram, and then there's a link to my website. My Instagram's just pictures of my cats. There's really nothing on there, but if you go to the website, or if you follow me, if you're interested, you could follow up on it, or if you stumble across it at somewhere, I don't know. It's not available yet, so
Yeah, no, no, don't worry. You never know when everybody be like, okay, when is it coming out? We gotta know. We gotta know. We gotta research. So everybody, stay tuned. Stay tuned. John,
maybe
you
maybe
know,
we'll
and
find this interview later on, and it'll make more
yes.
sense. I don't know.
So Ryan, where can people find you? I know you said your Instagram, but where can people find you?
That's about it. I mean, I don't have anything together yet. I'm not the kind of guy that, and I should get this stuff together, but I'm not very accessible at the moment. So just look out for the film, and maybe after this interview is online for a while, there will be a place you can find me. But right
Well,
now, I don't know what to tell you.
everybody
So
needs to follow Ryan on Instagram, please, and support Ryan and, stay tuned for his upcoming films. Ryan, I cannot wait to see more films for you. I am so excited for you. We're definitely gonna stay in touch.
hey
And
man, thanks for giving me a platform to say all of that stuff. And I hope that maybe it inspires someone out there to get a camera and make something. So
And that
that'd be
that's the
cool.
testimony. If anybody who wants to be in the entertainment industry, that's what you just said right there. Your friends can be making films. You can practice
Absolutely.
you can practice acting, you can practice directing. That is
Yeah.
what it's
Don't
about.
don't even don't even practice. Just start doing it.
Yeah, that
Just
too.
start doing
That's the
it.
way to do it. So,
Yeah.
John, thank you. I mean, I say John. Whew, sorry, Ryan. So, John and Ryan, I would say thank you
Yeah.
both. But Ryan, thank you again for coming on. We're definitely,
Totally. Totally.
de-
Absolutely.
we're definitely going to stay in touch. And you're based in Los Angeles, is that correct?
Los Angeles and San Francisco.
All right. Los Angeles and San Francisco. So people in Los Angeles and San Francisco, whoo, I said that twice. Need to pay attention to Ryan and shout out and support Ryan.
Hell
And
yeah, and pay attention to yourselves. Don't wait for permission. Just get a camera and shoot it. If you have any ideas, just do it. Don't wait for anyone. Nobody's gonna make it happen like you have to make it
right.
happen.
So
So
true.
that's kind of the point that I want to get to across, and hopefully in the future, that's what movies will be. We'll all be making our own movies, and that'd be
Hmm.
cool. So,
Yeah, 100%. Well, thank you again, Ryan, for coming on, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
hey, thanks, man. Take
You're
care.
welcome. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.